Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Mike Morse here, great comic. We were talking about with John Ritchie who had the biggest penis in the NFL, and he couldn't figure one out. But wasn't it very disconcerting how quickly Dan Filato, who just covered the Bears for WGN, ran over here because I think he wanted to be in the conversation, but he goes, "Guys, Alonzo Spellman." Alonzo Spellman, without question, the biggest penis I've ever seen.
I call everyone big boy.
And then we're like, okay, Dan, whatever. And then he goes, well, actually, of course, Milton Berle. The biggest penis I ever saw. Then he just starts giving random guys.
And it was the glint in his eye that was disturbing.
Well, actually, my neighbor Randall. I have a neighbor named Randall. Very big penis.
Huge.
I mean, are we talking just? Let's compartmentalize. Compartmentalize. Do we want to make it just specifically NFL? Because that's Alonzo Spellman.
Glenn Allen Hill.
Glenn Allen Hill, of course, a big
Call
penis.
everyone big boy.
Now, if we're going to go into the world of entertainment and celebrities in general, of course, Milton Berle. But if we're talking about my neighbors, it's Randall. Just my neighbor Randall.
I vote Screech.
Screech. Alonzo Spellman. Well, who was the guy in college?
Everyone talked about this guy named Matt Dyson when I was at Michigan.
Matt Dyson,
who
get
went
ready
on-
for the legal team of Matt Dyson.
Who went on to play in the NFL. He
Okay,
played for
so
the
it
Raiders,
was an
actually.
NFL guy.
Yeah, but I didn't play in the NFL with him.
Oh, Dan's like, no way.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting sued because you say that about someone?
I know.
Yeah, that would be like
It's
the
a
worst.
fantastic lawsuit.
Yeah.
Well, no, many props to Matt Dyson.
I mean, how big was he, you think?
Jeez.
Show us on the doll.
Honestly, it was so long ago, and really, I mean,
Is this proportional?
And how about was it length and girth? 'Cause that's very important.
it was both. It was the
yeah.
combination of length
Damn.
and girth.
I know
that
women
was-
hate that.
That was important.
Is it a white guy, Dyson?
No, he wasn't.
Did he look like he was taking a picture with Gary Coleman?
I think the reason that is memorable to me is because people did talk about that. But that was my freshman year in college, and like all the the freshmen were talking about it.
In the movie Any Given Sunday, Cameron Diaz goes down into the locker room, and she's like with all the guys in the locker room, and there's one guy that Oliver Stone cast, I guess, because it's disconcerting how big his penis. Like it's a black guy, like a jet black guy, and his penis is like the size of an airplane. And Cameron Diaz just shakes his hand, and it's like oh my god, like it's a Godzilla on the screen. Oliver Stone is trying to make some sort of message there. I don't know.
Oh, nobody's going to audition for that part with a micro penis because you don't want it up on the screen.
I mean, it's
Right.
it was insane. No, Andrews Hilton. Who was bigger, Spellman or Milton Berle? Milty, right?
Uncle Milty.
Now, how did you see Milton Berle's?
Paul Schaefer took me.
And the plot thickens.
It's fabulous.
He took you to see.
I'm gonna show you something. It's just I want to take you somewhere. I'm like, okay.
That's wonderful. That's
It's
wonderful.
fabulous.
What did they have it in like a lucite box?
No. We went to go see him. We met him. I've known Paul.
You met him and
since
said,
I was a
"Hey,
kid.
could you whip it
No,
out?"
he had a couple of girls in there, and he had
How
a
old were
towel.
you?
It was 90, 91.
Oh, so you were an adult.
Oh yeah.
I
didn't know what he was
If
taking
you
me.
weren't an adult, it could be that's my God.
Isn't that unbelievable? Isn't that fabulous? It's fabulous. Uncle Milty.
But Shetty, how about you? Who's the biggest penis you ever seen?
How many penises have you seen? Can you count?
Today.
He hasn't seen his own.
I know. That's true. You know what, Mike? You never know. You might have a big penis.
I would say I'm average, I guess. I don't know.
But you don't know. You haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably haven't.
You haven't
seen
seen
a
it
lot
since
of-
the sixth grade. It grows and stuff.
I'm surprised by how many people just haven't showered with other people. Like you said in high school, you didn't shower, right?
What do you mean shower?
Well, like public
shower in
showering.
jail.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you said it wasn't a regular practice to publicly shower.
Not after high school.
Right.
No.
Well, that's
no.
the thing. Like, not a lot of people have ever done that.
But in jail, I showered a group shower.
So that's got to be the
And
worst
LA cat,
experience ever.
terrible.
Well, we had a shower.
I would not
Extremely
recommend
frightening.
I'm trying not to.
at LA County. But you don't want to. You want to.
I think that's where I would forego the showering.
Well,
Not high
you can't.
school.
You can't. After 2 days, you can't stink. They don't want you stinking up cells. So
Really?
Like after 2 days of we're saying I don't need it. They said no, you got to. And I went in, and I was and I say it as a joke. I'm not sure, but it seemed like I was in between a blood and a crip who were mad at each other.
Probably
But-
not a lot of lathering going on when you're in there.
No.
right? It's like,
Well, no, it was
10
very
seconds
quick.
and done. Right?
Very quick because they have these things. What they do is they don't want you to waste the water either. So you hit the thing and you only get 20 seconds of water, and then you got to hit
Oh,
it.
then you got to soap up.
Got to hit it again,
Wow.
and you can't, so you don't waste water. It's really
Is it
disconcerting.
supervised? I mean, do they have like guards
Oh, yeah.
in there with
and
you?
it's
Yeah.
hard to rape a person when there's actually
Very hard.
water
Yeah,
going down on
right.
them.
It's easier to get raped than to rape a guy.
Yeah. I guess.
But it depends on how quick the guy is.
Question of initiative.
If you're attractive. But I've said it before. I was never more happy to be fat and ugly than when I was in LA County Jail.
Yeah.
We had a shower Marine boot camp together. But it was fast.
Can you believe he was in the Marines? I still
know.
can't
But
believe.
his brother started screaming though. But he was like, "Move it, move it, move it! Come on!"
How long did you last there again?
I was for the first phase, 6 weeks.
What made you do that?
My friend was a Marine, and I thought it was awesome. And I got picked on a lot as a kid, so I thought I would
Really?
come back as John Wayne.
You?
Back as John Wayne. You came back as Marion Wayne.
You know, if he goes out any farther, you're going to have to give him a walkie-talkie in the garage. How far back is he there?
And and then he keeps making himself go back further.
I like the check. Shane, it's nice now. I feel comfortable.
You feel comfortable. Well, you're in
Yeah.
the kitchen. No wonder.
But you can't see the refrigerator.
You couldn't even have time to look at anybody. You had 6 minutes to shower, shave, and be dressed.
Shower, shave, and be dressed.
60 guys. Yep.
What
So
did
you
look
didn't
like?
see
No,
anybody.
it was like
How many chins did you
were
manage
being
to shave in that time?
Screamed at. for
Well,
like
he was thin. He was
Oh, that's
thin.
true. Yeah. How much did you weigh then?
about 160.
Wow.
Something like that.
Jeez. Holy cow.
Yeah.
And so what?
I'd like to
did
see
you get
pictures.
anything out of it?
I just learned that, it was a good thing because I loved the military. They were awesome. And
So you quit.
no, it was kind of an agreement that I left. It was a mutual agreement, really.
They were like, look, after 6 weeks, I think we all can agree.
No, my drill instructors, were no joke. They were in Vietnam.
I'm
vets.
sure they weren't.
No, it was intense.
But you, on the other hand, were a joke.
Yeah.
But the minute I got off the bus, it started.
What happened?
You're supposed to run up the yellow footprints and yell, "Sir, yes, sir." By mistake, I said, "Yes, sir." And he screamed in my face. He goes, "Who's the de-esser that said yes, sir, instead of sir, yes, sir?" He goes, "Was it you, Liberace?" He called me that. I go, "Sir, no, sir." He goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "We're going to play more games with you than Milton Bradley, son. Wait till we get you back into the..."
Wait,
you
the
know."
de-esser?
I said, "Who's the de-esser?" He said, "Yes, sir," instead of sir, yes, sir.
Wow.
He goes, "Was it you, Liberace?" He looked in my face, and I go, "Sir, yes, sir." I said,
The Artie Lange show, back into this. So now, getting off the penis talk. Oh man, now you're a guy? Do you get hired by the Friars to write jokes for roasts?
Sometimes, yeah. Usually by the individual comedians if they need some help. A little punch up, as they
Right.
say.
Well, because I did the Jack Black roast and a bunch of guys. Well, who did you write for specifically on that? Did you write for Saget? You and Sal?
I never tell who I write.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably a good policy.
Yeah, you know, because
Well, that's true.
You get more people to hire you.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, some guys.
Well, some guys do.
They're open about
yeah,
it.
but I
They
don't want
like
to out
giving you
anybody.
credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now, did you ever have somebody just ruin a joke and you just want to strangle them?
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you just and it's set up perfectly and they just blow it and it's what do you you get paid. It's like you give your baby away. They want to
I
throw it in
know.
the garbage.
I know. Well, you were always good at that. Well, then we had you. You did a bunch of the roasts at Howard.
Yeah.
Those were always the best ones because they were no holds barred. They were really okay. No censorship, and also just watching people bomb. If they bombed,
Right.
Packing people into that studio and a brutal crowd. And if you bombed, you just bombed.
Oh, it was
and it laid flat.
The best time I ever had was at it was your roast. When they
Yeah,
did it at night.
my roast was that was a fun night, but it was people were brutalized. We did it at night. Mm-hmm. We did a show that morning, and then we all napped. It was a Thursday morning, and then we all napped. Came back, and everybody was drinking for a Thursday night show, and we just aired it again Friday morning, so we didn't have to go to work Friday. So it was like no one had to go to work the next day either, and it was that was a lineup. That was back in like 06, so it was. Did you roast on that?
No, I wrote for
You
a few
wrote,
people.
okay, yeah. So the roasters were Colin Quinn, Nick DiPaolo, Greg Giraldo, Jeff Ross, I think, Dice Clay sent in a tape, Lisa Lampanelli, Sal Stockbroker, Richard Christie. It was like all-star mania.
It's crazy.
And I had to go on after Colin, and he got a standing ovation. And I went right on. That's rare. And Levy hosted it. Hosted it. That was brutal.
And then there was the after party.
I know, which just destroyed the whole studio.
Yeah. Well, then they went to the strip club.
That's right. Everybody went to, well, was it Scores or Rick's?
It was Scores.
It was still Scores.
Yeah. And that was
that was fun.
Epic.
Always a good time. But I listened to that back, and some of those jokes are just, oh my God, I can't believe I said that about another human being. And of course, Geraldo's dead now.
Right.
Oh God,
Well,
everybody was predicting my death.
I'll tell you, writing for those, if I did the first couple, then I wrote for a bunch of the Stern ones, and it kind of twisted me, because when I started writing for other roasts, I was still thinking of the Howard Stern roast, which is brutal.
Different
and then,
story.
Yeah, and then they're going, why are you having them? Why are you saying this? This is awful.
This is even too mean for us.
Yeah.
That's when you realize those were no holds barred. All right, buddy. Mike Morse. Do MikeMorse.com or
Just Mike Morse Says at Twitter.
Okay.
And on Facebook, Mike Morse.
Mike? Great job, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks
Come
for
back
having me.
again.
Absolutely.
The great Mike Morse will be back after these words.